Hello, welcome to HealthStyles Market. I'm Arlys and I'm the owner of HealthStyles Market. So this is video number 4 in our series of food intolerances. And as you may recall, we've been working with your Allotest wellness plan. And from there, you made a photocopy of your 4-day rotation. And on that you highlighted so that we could focus on the foods that you love. And again, these were all tested in your panel of 184 foods. And the foods that are listed on your 4-day wellness, 4-day rotation plan are the foods that are safe for you. And we encourage you to focus and eat those foods. So from there, you were going to write those on your rotated food chart because it's a little bit easier to work with this than with this on the refrigerator. And those are the foods you chose to focus on each of your days, the red, yellow, blue, and green days. And from those days, which are just a random list of food, we were working up to do your weekly menu plan. So if you did your homework from video 3, that means you've filled this in from your list of foods that you love that we can focus on. So I just want to do a little expansion on coming up with ideas for a weekly menu plan. Some people are used to doing weekly menu plans. Some people, they've never done that before. And so we have some more handouts that are available, whether you get them off our contact us by email or contact us, come in the store, contact us by phone, or let us know and we'll be happy to mail them to you. And so here's to go into a little bit more detail. One of the easiest ways to use our meal planning helpers, they are following the color-coded system. So day 1, of course, is going to be red and is going to feature chicken. And one way is just to sit down with your family or your spouse and talk about these, what you love to eat, what everybody's hungry for, what's everybody's favorites with these particular main dishes, and do it when you're hungry, because people get really creative when they're hungry, and this starts to all sound good to them. So part of the reason for doing this is because obviously if you had baked chicken here, you probably aren't necessarily going to want to eat baked chicken over here. And we talked about in video 3 that I do power cooking. So if I'm cooking chicken, which I do almost every weekend, I cook up a large batch. And that gives me enough for this day 1, but it also gives me pre-cooked chicken to use on day 5. So it saves a little time, saves on dishes. You only have to cook, wash those pans once and clean up your kitchen once. So with your menu planning helper, you're going to see that you just start taking those ingredients and you're going to say focus on the chicken. As an example, chicken is always the meat of day 1, and you're just going to start writing some ideas. So you could make a roasted whole chicken, or you could run to your grocery store, to the deli, and buy one. Here we have Albertsons and they have delicious roasted whole chickens, and usually you can get them with very few extra seasonings. Then there's some other ideas. You could make barbecue chicken. So you can take leftover from the roasted whole chicken, and on day 5 you could just shred that as leftover and pour over a barbecue sauce that you either make from scratch, if you have to be careful of your ingredients, or if you found one at the grocery store. We happen to carry one that's really delicious and allergy free for a good portion of our customers, and turn it into shredded barbecue chicken. There's all these ideas. So fried chicken, gluten-free chicken fajitas, stir-fried chicken over rice, that kind of idea. A chicken salad, chicken noodle soup, and you're just coming up with what can I make out of chicken for day 1 and day 5. And then you're going back to your list. So what are my carbs for that? What are my fruits and veggies? What could I make? I could make stir-fried kale. I could make steamed artichokes. I could make herbed garlic broccoli. That's a recipe I just made up, but our family loves it. What are my snacks and desserts? And so using the foods from your 4-day rotation and from your rotated food chart that you have chosen to focus on, what can I do with those foods? And so I'm not eating the same thing all the time. I'm having chicken on day 1 and I'm having chicken on day 5, but it doesn't have to taste the same. We're going to modify it, serve it differently. So of course we have day 2 is pork, same idea. Here's day 3, which is turkey. So yes, there is roast turkey like everybody loves at Thanksgiving, but there's also a roast turkey breast. You can have turkey burgers, turkey tacos, turkey sausage, turkey bacon, turkey lunch meat. One of our delis in town carries a delicious turkey deli meat, a lunch meat. And so each day you're coming up with ideas that are using those ingredients. Day 4 is beef, and fish is an alternative. I don't do well personally with a lot of different fish, so I don't do a lot, but I have friends and family that love fish and do really well with it, feel great when they eat it, and so they're frequently putting it on their menus. Everybody's different, and this is a system that's meant to be personalized for your preferences, what you love to eat, and what you feel best when you're eating. So this is a way to get more organized and stretch your thinking cap. So if we had roast chicken here, as I mentioned, we could have barbecue chicken over on day 5 with chicken that's already been cooked and is ready to go. So that's a really fast meal on day 5. So I also want to mention about frequently I see customers in on a consultation and their first thought is, I'm going to get really firm, my whole family needs to do this. And so if you recall, this has your name on it. Let me remind you, this is your body, this is your blood, and this is your health, and these are your test results, not the whole household, just you. So you want to keep that in mind. You're going to feel the best if you follow this, and if you choose recipes and menus that the whole family can enjoy, or you can modify them with just a little bit of tweaking so that you can have what you need and the whole family can have what they need. So let me give you some ideas. Tacos is a really, really easy meal. So whether you're using ground turkey or ground wild meat or ground beef or ground buffalo, on a day like that, it's easy to make tacos. And instead of like combining it all in some Mexican recipe, you serve them separate in separate serving bowls. So some people that can have cheese and use dairy, that's available to them. But if you're a family member that can't have cheese, or you're using an alternative cheese, which tends to be more expensive, just you might be the only one that's eating diet cheese or Violife cheese that's a coconut-based cheese. That actually is our #1 seller for cheese alternatives. We sell a lot of non-dairy choices. And so then you're keeping it all separate, and then when you pack up the leftovers, you're keeping that all separate. So what's another easy meal that a lot of families love? Spaghetti is an easy meal. So pretending that you have my similar sensitivities, I need a gluten-free tomato-based pasta sauce or spaghetti sauce. You can find them readily available nowadays, but you're going to want to look at the ingredients and make sure that that's something that you can have. If it is, here's your base, and it's a spaghetti sauce that everyone can have. Cooked separate, you're going to cook a pasta for the family. So they're probably having a white flour wheat pasta, spaghetti, and over here is your gluten-free spaghetti. Another fast tip that I learned from a customer years ago is she came in and she told me she cooked her own gluten-free rice pasta first. And as that's draining, she puts water back in, uses the same pan, and now she cooks spaghetti for the family. It does save time, also saves dishes. It's dangerous if you're celiac or if you're gluten intolerant. It's dangerous for you to cook theirs first, followed by yours, if that makes sense. But you can cook yours first, use the same pan, and cook it for your family. Maybe there's a little rice residue, you have rinsed the pan. Maybe there's a little rice residue from your gluten-free pasta, but they're not sensitive to rice, so that isn't an issue for them. Saves on dishes, and it's faster and easier. Then you're serving those in separate serving bowls, and then when you're putting away the leftovers, you're gonna do something like this, where I always have a marker and masking tape. A roll of masking tape is really cheap. Part of what I love about it is it's easy to write on with a permanent marker, easy to tear off, easy to label your Tupperware containers, your plastic food storage containers. And the other thing is it doesn't really leave a residue. So it's easy to peel that off before you run it through the dishwasher. And so I'm not scarring my plastic food containers. So give these meal planning helper sheets a try, and expand your repertoire of foods and meals that you can enjoy with your family so that you can stay with your rotated 4-day food plan, but they can also enjoy your meals right along with you. And think ahead as to how do I need to tweak this in order to accommodate my food intolerances and still have meals that they're going to love. So then I wanted to introduce you to, these are cookbooks. Let me bring them over. We have a reference library, a checkout library that is for free. It's just a customer service we offer to our customers locally. Our store is in Gillette, Wyoming. And so this just happens to be some of the books that are in stock today. They're all available for you to check out for 2 weeks at no charge. And so one of the books that I've used a lot for customers is the gluten-free almond flour cookbook by Elena Amsterdam. And she has great recipes, has a great website. Her recipes go together fast and easy. They turn out, she's already done the work for you, and are delicious. Here's the Ultimate Gluten-Free Cookie Book. Here's another one on the bottom that's super popular called the Nom Nom Paleo Cookbook. And they have 2 little boys in their family, and she has a lot of photos in her cookbook. And so this is also almost like taking a cooking class when you do her cookbook. Great protein-based recipes that are also kid-friendly. And then I just want to mention this one. This has been really popular, especially with people with dairy issues. This lady has delicious raw food made easy, small portions for 1 or 2. Nice when you want to take a dessert with you to an event or a holiday party coming up, or a potluck, whatever, where you are eating with a group. But her recipes are just delicious, and they're featuring fruits and vegetables. But I want to draw your attention to the Allergy Mom's Life-Saving Instapot Cookbook. This is new this summer, and this is from Megan, and her website is called Allergy Awesomeness. And she is awesome. She is just amazing. 4 little children, a new baby this year in 2019, and I think it's either 2 or 3 out of the 4 children have allergies. The 2 oldest little boys are very, 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 very severe, life-threatening, and so she really knows her stuff. And she has lots of kid-friendly recipes, and she's also into the holidays, so she always has cute decorated food for her little kids, or treats they can take to school, or holiday related foods for all the different holidays on her website that you can serve at a child's party. She is so creative, and her stuff is so delicious, and you will notice that it's free of the top 8 allergens. So a huge portion of my customers, that actually covers their most serious food allergies. So check her out. It's Allergy Awesomeness, featuring Megan. One of her, what you're gonna find, let me backtrack for a moment. What you're gonna find is that family recipes are gonna be a struggle, traditional ones, or cooking out of Betty Crocker or Taste of Home, or classic recipe books, cookbooks that we've used for years like that. Often they are not gluten-free, dairy-free, egg-free, or whatever it is that you're needing to be. So you'll find that if you're referencing books like this, that when you start out with a recipe that's already free of the top 8 allergens, maybe you have to tweak 1 ingredient in that recipe, but that just about guarantees you that it's going to turn out perfect, because you're only making 1 small modification and not maybe 3 or 4 or 5 in a traditional recipe. So it makes your life way much better, less stress-free. Your recipes turn out, and we all know what it's like to have bought the ingredients, spend the time, you have this anticipation, you're probably hungry, you try to make this dessert as an example, and it doesn't turn out because you tried to use a traditional family recipe or traditional cookbook recipe and make a lot of substitutions or exchanges, and it just doesn't work. And so it's almost guaranteed not to turn out. I just wanted to draw your attention to, when you're checking out cookbooks like this, you're also learning new techniques. So this is one from Allergy Awesomeness Mom, Megan. that I just mentioned in her new cookbook. And this is where she made vegan banana French toast. Now we all know French toast is made with eggs, not Megan's. She's used a banana, rice milk, and flaxseed. And so you follow her recipe and out turns what looks like traditional French toast, and it's delicious, kid-friendly. Her kids love it, your kids will love it too. And like she says, it's already free of gluten, dairy, egg, soy, peanut, and tree nuts, and it's vegan. So it's like it just shows how easy it is when you're following someone like that has already kind of done all the hard work and the research for you. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. Megan's cookbook is available on Amazon, as are most things. We are going to be doing video number 5, and we're going to go even farther into menu planning, and we're going to teach you how to come up with 4 weeks of menus. So again, we're using your own 4-day rotation. We're using the focus is on the foods that you love. We're going to come up with some creative ideas for your meal planning helper lists from you and your family. Those are best done when you're hungry. And next week, we're going to cover in our video, how do you make actually 4 different weeks of menus. And so really, you don't get bored. You don't get sick of it. You're not eating the same thing. And we want to make this system fast and easy and simple for you, and yet delicious, affordable, and best of all, you're going to feel so much better. Today I did a consultation with a lovely customer, and she came in a month ago, and she was so ill she could barely walk or function. She has a huge health history, lots of health issues and health problems, and it was so fun to meet with her today. She's been using supplements and making some changes for 2 weeks while she waited for her food allergy, her food intolerance testing to come back, and then we got her started on this program. And she's done this sheet, and she's done this sheet, and she's done her weekly plan, just lightly working into it. But here it is 1 month later, and she could tell me today, I don't have any stomach pain, I don't have any stomach issues or digestive issues, and she's finally sleeping at night. So now she doesn't have the headaches, she has more energy, and wow, it was just so rewarding to see how much better she feels, how much more encouraged she feels. And it's like the candle of hope for her is lit again. And she realizes that food does matter, and supplements matter, lifestyle matters, sleeping matters. It was just so rewarding to see how much better she felt today. And it's just one of the lovely side benefits to my job, which I dearly love. So thank you for watching. This is video number 4. And please subscribe, please like our videos, comment, we'd love to hear from you, and please check back and watch video number 5 coming soon. Thanks, and have a great day from HealthStyles Market.